What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Saturday night. Happy holidays. Hope you're all doing well. And shout out to everybody in here. I'm just on here now. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Had to do the bedtime, help with the bedtime things and shower things and all that stuff. We went out to dinner tonight, so got to take care of that first. Um, and shout out to everybody. Aiden's in the house. JJ's here. Jonathan's here. D's channel's here. Stephen B. Hayden. Who else we got here? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody here. What is going on? Yeah, and we want to talk about this too. These crazy comparisons going on with Cody Bellinger and Joey Gallo. And there are some differentiations. So, and who else we got here? Sean Browning here. Nelson's in the house. All right. NFE, my man, is here. Almaraz, Kelvin, what's up? Calvin, what's up, baby? Owen, Lorenzo, Consiglieri's here. The Consigliere. Impeach them all. Love it, love it. Neil. We got a lot of crew. This is not a panel. Just gonna be just chatting. We're gonna probably do a panel next week. These, yeah, I mean, those trades, yeah, they're crazy. Those weren't my trade proposals, by the way, but that was the most unrealistic of all of them. That's straight up from MLB.com. Those 6 trades. So, Billy Branch Clemens is here, and I'm waiting for. I do have Mike Massa coming on from Fortran Express, joining me shortly. Chris Schmidt's here. Dave H. Jordan. What is good, everybody? Hit that like button, gang. Let's get to 100 likes as quickly as you possibly can. Chris Schmitz, Skip, Schmitty. What's up, man? Mussenden's in the house. Dave H. Go Bills. Wow, you dogging us already, huh? Dogging us Jets fans. All right, I get it. It's justified. Jets suck right now, so they can't even score. Like, I put out a video on my football channel. For those that don't know, I have a football channel called Empire State Tripod. And I was talking about today, like what's going on with the Jets? They need a new offensive coordinator. It's like almost like they forgot how to score. So we got 31 likes already. Can we get to 100 as quickly as possibly can? Jonathan, thank you for the tally. Can we get over 50? Can we get to 100 likes? We got over 100 people in here already. So Nicholas is in the house. Greg Haas, what's up, man? Aaron. We get the whole crew up in here. The whole crew. The whole crew, baby. Waiting on Maz. But Concierge, I think I'm going to do a live panel next week. But Jerome's here too. Yeah, I mean, I know they brought in Simeon, but they haven't activated them yet, Chris. But like, Boyle's not working. Ollie, what's up, man? Benji, like Nathaniel Hackett's, I think, is one of the bigger problems, the offensive coordinator. And they need like 6 offensive linemen too. So, but the fact is, yeah, I would do Donovan instead of Bregman. Yes. Bregman's going to be expensive out there this year. He becomes a free agent. Plus, he's a right-handed bat. We don't need righties, okay? We already know he's affiliated with the cheating machine, which people hate hearing. But I would rather Hector's in the building. What's good, man? Salute, Heck. My man. All right. Wow, Boricua. Welcome to hope you're enjoying Puerto Rico. I hear you, man. I hear you, brother. Hope you're enjoying it. Safe travels. Enjoy that warm weather. It's cold and brick over here, dude. Brick ass cold out. So, but there's some stuff like, man, we got a lot of people here, man. It's good to have you on. I'm really happy to see all you. Really, really happy to see you guys and gals. Salute to everybody here. 83 degrees out, man. It's like, I think it's like 32 here right now. So like, it's crazy. Cano and Cologne and Sandoval, a couple of people are. I'm putting together some content that like a video that talks about they're gonna be playing in Dubai and Arab Emirates. I'm trying to get all this stuff together so I can go over in great detail. So I'm working on a video on that. So I'll be putting out a video on that soon. So yeah, yeah, Real Rodriguez. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to either one. I would not be surprised. Donovan over Bregman all day. You damn right, man. What's up, Booyah? What's up? Um, but look, I mean, here's some things. Right, these are some like. Let me tell you. I'm going to pull up the stats here, okay? Because the Yankees are apparently the reports are saying the Yankees are concerned with Bellinger's hard hit rate, right? Hard hit ball rate, and they prefer hard hit ball rates to guys like Gallo. But there are a couple things that I think are important to point out. Joey Gallo is right now he's a career under 200 hitter, okay, and with the hard hit ball rate as well. I mean, exit velocity is one of the key ones. And exit velocity, Joey Gallo's at about 93%, Bellinger's at 91%. So not much of a differential there. 47 likes. Can we blow past the 100 likes, gang? Hit that thumbs up, gang, if you don't mind right now. Let's get 100. Let's get 100 likes if we can. Any switch hitters we can get? Jamer Candelario, Gary. Are we disappointed if no Chu? Who's Chu, Rosny? Chu. Who's Chu? What am I missing? I mean, I think some people will be disappointed if no Soto or Bellinger. I think one or the other, at the very least. It's well within their capabilities to get, but I think they can do more than that. But yeah, Judge and Soto together, puts together a very formidable pair, Twin Towers, man. So I'm jealous for you warm weather folks right now, enjoying that, man. Really, really enjoying it. But look, let me pull up some of these stats here. Okay. And here's so Cody Bellinger versus Joey Gallo, right? So here's Joey Gallo. Career 197 hitter, hit 177 this year. 21 home runs, 40 ribbies, OPS of 741 with a career OPS of 789 compared to Cody Bellinger. 307 batting average this year, 26 home runs, 97 RBIs, 20 stolen bases, OPS of 881, a career OPS of 828. So his OPS is higher, and his batting average is significant. He bats a career 258. So his significantly higher batting average than Joey Gallo. Okay, and just a couple of things in perspective too. Here are some of the injuries that Cody Bellinger has had since 2020: a lat strain, calf injury, excuse me, 2 hamstring injuries, a rib, COVID, leg. So the majority of his physical injuries are lower body and oblique. So a transition from the outfield to the infield at some point would be a good move for a guy like Cody Bellinger. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now, again, the 2 highest batting averages, the exit velocity average, Aaron Judge, 97.6 miles an hour. Giancarlo Stanton, 93.3 miles an hour. The fastest, 116.9 for Judge, 119.5 for Stanton. So that would put Gallo and Cody Bellinger third and fourth in this lineup right now in terms of exit velocity. But there are a couple of other things too that I think are important to point out. Not only the on base percentage and the percentage of just the batting average, but here's some other percentile rankings. Okay, this is Joey Gallo, exit velocity again 93, a little higher than Bellinger's, but barreling up 19%, hard hit 52%, hitting it on the sweet spot 28%. Right now, let's compare it to Bellinger. Exit velocity again the same, right around 91%. Hard hit 37%. Sweet spot 38% compared to Joey Gallo's 28%. So he's making more contact with the ball. He's hitting it better than Gallo. He's hitting it more frequently than Gallo. That's the key, right? The Yankees said they needed more contact hitters, right? They needed to put the ball in play more, right? Well, Bellinger represents that. And again, I would hope that they would be more worried about Bellinger staying healthy than they would be about hard hit ball percentage. So, so this statistic doesn't mean I don't understand what planet they're deciphering some of their analytics components from, but with the exception of a slight difference in exit velocity. Bellinger's pretty much got Gallo beat in every category. So I don't really see the comparison. I can understand the injury thing, but again, if you can get Bellinger on I don't know, it's probably gonna be 6 or 7 years minimum at least, maybe even 8, and then transition to the infield at some point, you're taking some stress off his lower body, putting him in a better position to stay healthy, right? So um Gallo doesn't represent that. Okay. And the fact is Gallo stunk in New York. Stunk. Bellinger has played well in big markets. Chicago, LA. And I think he would play well in New York as well. And his dad was a Yankee, a championship winning Yankee, several more than I think he's got 2 rings. So he's familiar with the Yankee way. And these stats don't really make much sense to me. I thought it was comical. It's just as comical as the Bregman 4-team trade. It's just as comical. And, like I said something yesterday, and some people went crazy. Like I said, if you get Soto and Cody Bellinger, then you can move Bellinger, right? Bill, welcome. Welcome to the 161. Thank you, sir. Great to have you. If you bring Soto and Bellinger somehow, right? 2 lefty bats, 2 top line guys. You have 1 outfield spot. You essentially have 2 spots, but you have the ability to move 1 to first base once Jason Dominguez is healthy enough. That doesn't need to be rushed back from his Tommy John. If you get Soto and Jung-Hoo Lee, I said it's more than likely they're not going to have room for Jason Dominguez because where would they play him? Because you have Lee there. They're not going to sign Lee for like a 5-year deal, which is likely what he's going to get to become a 4th outfielder. That's not going to happen. Then I get people saying, well, you can, Soto's a terrible outfielder, even though his fielding percentage was 990 this year, and he's played more games than almost everybody in baseball. And I had some people saying, well, those aren't good stats. You got to use other stats, blah, blah, blah. Fielding percentage is 990. So, and then I had some folks telling me, well, you can move Soto to first base, and then you can DH Judge and just eat Stanton's salary. On what planet are any of those things going to happen? Question. Half of those folks. On what planet are any of those things going to happen? They're going to eat $98 million for Stanton's salary just to put Dominguez in the outfield so they can move Soto to first base. I don't understand that. Does anybody? That's why I want to ask you. Yeah, he's an average outfielder, but he doesn't need to be elite. How often do we talk about elite left fielders? If you have a good center fielder, he doesn't need to be elite, and he's not here for his defense. Everybody knows that. We're not trading for Soto for his defense. So we have a good center fielder who can cover ground. It helps balance out whoever's in left, whoever's in right. So again, I think that needs to be considered as well. But he's elite on base percentage, elite contact rate. He's got power. He checks all the boxes the Yankees need. And if you have a Dominguez or a Lee, somebody faster in center field, then it doesn't really matter. You can play Soto almost to the line, and they'll get more coverage between him and the center field than they would everywhere else. So, and the fact is, 990 fielding percentage. He doesn't make a lot of errors. So people keep saying he's average and blah blah. 990 doesn't. The stats say otherwise. So, franchise in the house. What's good? What's good? But Soto and Cody Bellinger probably is a more expensive. Yes, no doubt, no doubt. That probably represents a better fit. So, yeah, Mike, I understand. No, we don't know he's going to be a superstar yet. We can't guarantee that. And nobody's treating him like a second-rate player. But he is not Juan Soto. So let's stop. Let's stop the, I have people telling me he's a future Hall of Famer. Let's live in reality. He's not a second-rate player. He has to beat out guys on this team. You have to beat out Soto if you want the spot, period. And again, but that's the fact, Mag. That's not treating him like a second-rate player. He's a prospect. He had 2 good weeks. Great. I hope he pans out. That's not enough. Kevin Moss, remember him? Look him up. He had a month. He was tearing the cover off the ball, and then he faded into the sunlight. So this has happened a lot of times. So nobody's treating him like a second-rate player. But I'm not treating him like the next Mickey Mantle. I'm not treating him like the next Mike Trout. Okay? I'm not doing that. Other people can. I'm not doing it. So, and but again, like I said, I hope he comes back. I hope he stays here. I hope he plays well. And if they don't get Lee and Soto plays left and Dominguez plays center, judges it right, I'm a happy camper. But if they do get Lee, that does not leave room for Dominguez. And that's not treating him like a second rate player. That's a fact, an absolute fact. Nice. Shout out to Bill Maroney. Shout out on the fee. New York is in the house, baby. Imagine the Yankees do. I mean, they could do Bellinger, Lee, and Soto because then you could transition Bellinger to first base, right? And even this year, Lee could play center. Bellinger can kind of position hop and give guys like Judge a break and all the outfielders a break and give Rizzo a break, and until he transitions to first base. But then you'd have Lee and Soto, and in that case, where in the world would we play Dominguez? And that's the thing. I mean, Bellinger, Lee, and Soto sounds like a very great proposition. You're seeing a great idea. But and that's why I don't want to. It's important to consider this option, and that's why I say there's a 50-50 chance. There's no guarantee Dominguez stays, and that's not treating him like a second-rate player. There's no guarantee he stays. So, but if that's what happens, that's what happens. Okay, we just don't know yet. We don't know yet. So we'll take it as it comes. We'll take it as it comes. Giolito or Snell, I personally, Benji, wouldn't do either. So I think Snell's going to be too expensive. I worry about Giolito. I know he's kind of reinvented himself, whatever, but you can get him on a 2-year deal, yes, but I would not, Yamamoto's priority number one, I think, to add to the rotation. I wouldn't pick any one of those guys before Yamamoto, not even Blake Snell, even if you want to sign him. That's just me, though. Okay. We don't need him to have power, Bill. Okay. He represents what the Yankees need. He could be the leadoff hitter here. Gets on base at a high rate. Drive puts the ball in play. He's a lefty bat. He's got 4 years of cheap control. That has a lot of value, Bill. It doesn't need. We don't need power from everybody. We already have Stanton. We have Judge. If any of these guys can win up that, we have enough power. We need more contact guys with speed. Donovan represents both. And he's on the cheap, making it easier to get guys that are more expensive, Bill. That's why. Okay. Harold, I don't know. I think you'll get an invitation to spring training, Spencer Jones. And let's talk about a monthly reunion too. So, no, I haven't talked about Glaber yet. And again, Glaber fits in, with Yamamoto. I think if they happen to sign Yamamoto, then they don't necessarily have to trade Glaber for starting pitching. They could essentially keep Glaber if they want. But again, he has trade value. He's got 1 more year left, and he's not going to get a 9-figure deal with the Yankees. They're not going to sign him to a $140 million contract. So, but you don't have to trade him for a starting pitcher either if you get Yamamoto. But they might trade him for a reliever or a couple of relievers. So, but yeah, Yamamoto's going to be doing phone calls and Zoom meetings. He's kind of layering out the meetings. He'll be visiting after the winter meetings are over. And when he visits the Yankees, man, they better have Cole there. They better have Matsui there. They better have all hands on deck and then some. They really do. Yeah, if you return, but again, if every return goes off like Harper, but Bryce Harper is, he's way better than Jason Dominguez too. Like Bryce Harper's on a Hall of Fame path right now. It's crazy, but yeah, right. That's a good example, Sean. People play like Harper, and Harper's an absolute gamer. He's one of the best players in baseball. Dominguez is a great prospect, but he has not proven anything yet. And I will wait until he does before I start rolling other guys out. Because the Yankees are not going to eat $98 million of Stanton money to put Dominguez in the outfield. That's not going to happen. Well, theoretically, no, you're right, Consigliere. Unless they, you know, if they get Lee and Soto, they could still fit in Belly, but they don't necessarily need him. You're right about that. They can use him to kind of give guys rotating days off in the outfield and give Rizzo a day off on occasion, maybe once a week at first base. And then after this year, once Rizzo moves on, they could have Belly be the permanent first baseman and Lee and Soto in the outfield. But again, that really makes it harder for them to keep Dominguez. It really does. So, and these are the tough questions that a lot of people don't want to ask, right? Or don't want to address. So, I think Yamamoto signs probably before Christmas, Jonathan. I think late December. That's when, some of these other Japanese players. I think Tanaka, some of these folks. I think Yamamoto signs probably closer to Christmas. I think he's going to take his time. Yeah, the Dodgers definitely have the theoretical edge, Aiden, on Otani, but we'll see what happens. Stanton's got to get healthy. When he's healthy, he's very, very good, Bill. So, but they got to figure out a way to keep this man healthy. So, um, that's the key, in my opinion, Bill. Even if we can get him to play 120, 130 games, I think he can hit 25, 30 home runs. I think he'll be fine with that. I'll take that value. I'll take that. Otani, Seattle's my pick, Benji, over the Giants. Seattle's closer to contending than the Giants are. I don't see any logic in him signing with Texas, but the rich could get richer. 72 likes. All right, we're 28 away from 100. Can we get 125 likes? We got 141 people in here. Anybody who hasn't hit that like button, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up right now. Let's blow past 100. I thank you so much for it. It's always helpful when we get past 100 in the live streams. Always helpful for the channel. Dev. What's up, man? Yeah, I can't see the Dodgers taking Stanton. No, he's been healthy. But I guess what defines healthy? Like every year he's missed at least 20 games with the Yankees, but he has hit 30 plus home runs several years with the Yankees. So, but yeah, you're right. He's not playing 150 plus games like he did with the Marlins. But he's had injuries with the Marlins too. But now it's gotten out of control with the Yankees. It really has. So the Mets can sign Severino, Aiden. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's what we're hearing, NFE, but I don't know if it's a smokescreen or not by not being interested in Otani. What I heard, Benji, is that the Cubs are going to show up at the winter meetings with a contract worth over $500 million to hand to Otani. They're prepared to do that already. So we'll see if it actually happens. That's what the reporting was saying today. But again, we'll see. The winter meetings are less than 2 weeks away. We'll see if it actually happens. So would I be surprised if they did it? No. I think they're ready to get back into contention. You got a guy like Otani, that goes a long way into getting you towards contention. Heck yeah. And they're going to win more games than the Angels will. That's for darn sure. Yeah, I think the Dodgers are the most likely. I would agree. For Otani, Hayden, and Tanya, I could Cubs are kind of like a dark horse. I think potentially for Otani. We'll see. Tanya, I think it's very possible. It'd be kind of crazy if they did that. When you add him to who's that other Japanese player they got? Was it Seiya Suzuki? And really boosting that team over there. But yeah, I'm not even worried, Jonathan. I'm not even worried. I don't really care where Otani signs, to be honest with you. So and there's no guarantee he can't win if he comes back here, Aiden. I wouldn't if he came back here and the Yankees put the better team together, he'll be in a good position to win. Long-term catcher, I think it sounds like it's going to be a platoon right now between Austin Wells and Jose Trevino. And I do think they're going to trade Kyle Higashioka. Anything is possible in baseball, Hayden. Yep. Anything. Yeah, I would agree, Benji. Austin Wells looks like the long term right now. Wells, yep. So they have depth. They have 6 catchers on the 40-man right now. I would expect them to move at least 1 or 2 of them in a trade. I really would. Um, so then we'll see what happens though. Like honestly, but like these are statistically wise, Bellinger has Gallo beat in almost every category. Okay, and he's very close with him in exit velocity and hard hit ball rate. So, and if that's their biggest concern, then I don't know how you'd be hesitant in bringing Bellinger unless your main concern is him staying healthy. Then if it is, then just say that. Don't give us this hard hit ball rate baloney. Because his stats are way better than Gallo's are. By a mile. So yeah, we're hearing the same thing, Nicholas. Yankees are favorites to land one, so do I. We keep hearing that as well. What we got Raven here? Raven saying the Yankees get Lee and either Bellinger or Kiermaier and sign Yamamoto and Donovan. And so yeah, at that point they wouldn't need Soto. Yeah, I would just wait until free agency. I don't think they would give up a lot for 1 year of Soto either. Which is why I think Soto's going to be the top choice. They're going to kind of find a resolution on Soto before Bellinger. Because if they do bring him here, they're going to do everything in their power to extend him. And I do agree with that. So, and Billy's right too. Clemenza have an abundance of catches, right? It's one of the more tradable pieces on a team. We need 12 likes to 100. 12 likes to 100. We got 150 people in here. Can we do it? Can we get 125 likes? Can we do it, folks? No. I think the Yankees move 1 or 2 catchers. I really do. I would not, Benji. I would not try to acquire Tatis. Personally, I wouldn't. But yeah, I would keep developing the young cats. Caesar, I'm with you there. Keep developing Peraza. Keep developing some of these other guys, the young pitchers. Well, the problem, it depends on what they do, Caesar. Like, they can't wait for Soto in free agency and just kind of ignore everybody else. Like, if they're gonna do that, then they're gonna have to get a Bellinger and maybe a Lee or something like that. They're gonna have to do something offensively. They need 2 lefty bats, and if Soto's not one of them, they need to get him elsewhere. So, and I think that's something that needs to be considered. 98 likes, 2 to 100. Maybe we can get 150 likes. We'll see. Can we get 150 likes? No. The Marlins need catching, Jonathan. They've said they want to add 2 catchers, a starter and a backup, and at the very least, Higashioka represents a credible backup. So I've heard Salvador Perez. Imagine if you got Perez and Higashioka. No. Yeah, Kevin. I suggested that, but this could be a smokescreen too to try to drive up Soto's price to get somebody to overpay. So Benji, I don't know Trevor Bauer. Like Trevor Bauer would not be my first guy. Like I would not choose him instead of Yamamoto. And again, we don't know much right now. Otherwise, Alteri about Yamamoto. He's in waiting mode. He's gonna start doing phone calls and then Zoom meetings and then in person visits with teams. So as a way of narrowing down the teams, they'll find out who's exactly serious about bringing him on. Jordan Hicks I could see a guy in the bullpen too. I think a lefty reliever would be a good idea as well. Yeah. Chris, yeah, offer Stanton an extension with a few extra dollars and spotting that the money in the lowest cap hit. Well, like a Bobby Bonilla treatment, spread it out over 25 years. Oh, that would be kinda nice. Ali, I don't know yet, but they have a good shot at bringing back Montgomery, and he's showed mutual interest too, in potentially a reunion. So, I think honestly, I think they're gonna wait and see what happens with Yamamoto, and then they'll start being aggressive with other starters. And I think other starters, excuse me, know this, so they're gonna be purposely waiting out the market to see what Yamamoto gets. But Aaron Nola kinda set the market. He set the market. The Japanese, Shota Imanaga. Well, he's going to get posted, and he's going to have. I mean, he's this basically the number two in Japan, the lefty ace of Japan. He's the guy that beat the Team USA in games, the final championship game of the World Baseball Classic. He got the win for that. So he's going to get. I mean, he's going to get no shortage of attention once Yamamoto signs. Whoever doesn't get him is going to be lining up for him as well. So Yankees would be wise to pivot to him quickly if they don't somehow get Yamamoto. I know we're all hoping that they do, but nobody's sleeping on him, David. But I'm not gonna overhype him either. And again, like, not overhyping him yet. If they believe that much in him, that's cool too. But I'm not gonna call him the next Mickey Mantle and all this baloney because that's way beyond anything sensible. Did I like the sample size? Yep. Like his the way he carries himself, and um, I think he's got a good eye, head for the game, good eye for the game. So, and you know, I hope he's as good as advertised. I really do. Wants to be treated. Yeah, I mean, the problem with Montgomery, he's not going to be number one hardly anywhere. So he's going to have to go to a small market to become a number one. And the small market teams are not going to pay him like a big market team would. Like he's not a number one in pretty much any of the big market teams. You know, yeah, I do think Yamamoto gets about 28 to $30 million a year, Jonathan. You could get over 30. Yeah, I think Monty's going to get paid. I think Monty can get up to probably up to 150 million. I don't think he's going to make more than Nola, but I think he's going to get paid. No doubt about that. Mm-hmm. What do we say? He's been cleared of criminal wrongdoing, but he's not even my biggest concern. Yeah, exactly, Billy. He's not my biggest concern either. Again, like you know, if he's still around there later on in the off season, fine. But um, he's not high on the priority list. Oh, NFE's changed his prediction 240 for 7 for Yamamoto. I mean, the price sounds like it might be going up. Benji, I pass on Marcus Stroman. A little bit of a head case, a little bit of a diva, but it's a good pitcher. Mets need. I think the Mets will get pitching too. I think the Mets are going to kind of lay it across the board and get position by position. I don't think they're going to be spending $40 million on one or two older pitchers like they did this past year with Verlander and Scherzer. I don't see that happening again. You know, um, so it's got to have. Yeah, I think they're up for the task. Bring in Soto, but he's not the only one. They got to bring in Soto and then some more, not just Soto. Soto himself is not enough. So, would I take Frankie back personally, Gary? I would not, but I would move on. Clean slate, dude. Bring in someone else. 34 million is kind of high. Well, for me, NFE, but that's like it. Got to be some kind of cutoff, in my opinion, for Yamamoto. But he's 25, so he's 25. 250 for 8. Yeah, I mean, it's 31.25 million. Hayden for 8 years for 250, right? 31.2. Yeah, 31.25. I like the switch hitting potential of Dominguez too. Again, I hope Dominguez pays off. You know, I mean, they could do other things. Like if Soto somehow doesn't happen, they could try to do Donovan and Lee. Donovan can play third or second, which makes it easier to move towards if they want to do that. And then you have two more left-handed bats of contacts, and you can be patient. You can bring Kevin Kiermaier too, and let him be the fourth outfielder once Jason Dominguez comes back and transitions to center field. And he's going to be a good veteran mentor to the young players. Like you can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. And none of those guys I mentioned will make it harder to make other moves because they're not going to be that super expensive. No. Mhm. Lee, I think, is probably going to cost about, I would say about 70 to 80 million. Aiden, I think, 70 to 80 million. Liam Hendricks, Soto, Lee / Bellinger, Donovan. I mean, you get three of those guys. Whole different look to the lineup. Whole different look. I mean, really, like big time. Whole different look. Maybe Murderers Row, and you'd hope so. Yankees would probably have to eat 2/3 of the deal, meaning like over 60 million of it, probably. But you never know, Murderers Row. If I mean, if they don't get Otani, they could, want Stanton. Yeah, Sevilla, Yamamoto, Soto, Lee, and Hader. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's a monster offseason right there, Sevilla. An absolute monster offseason. Third base. So that's the thing. If they get a guy like Brendan Donovan, he could play third. They get a guy like Jay Candelaire, he could play third. Or they can just put DJ at third for now. And then they'll at the very least have it covered for now with a reliable player. So, but you never know. They could do something else. I think it really depends on who's going to be the most expensive player. Because Bellinger's going to cost not even half the price of a Soto, which makes it easier for them to make other moves. So, I mean, you can do Bellinger and Yamamoto and probably Lee for the price of Soto by himself, his extension. So, well, Fritz, I mean, if they brought in Soto, Candelaria, or Kiermaier and Donovan, the lineup would have a hell of a lot less question marks. That's for sure. I think Volpe will have a better year than he had this year. Austin Wells will have some more development, so I have a hell of a lot less holes. I mean, 2/3 of the lineup was insufficient this past year. 2/3 of it. Now, if they did something like that, not even 1/3 of it would be there. So they'd be drastically improved. But I think it's important to remember too that not all the problems are going to be solved this offseason. This is more than a one-off season fix or addressing. You know, Yeah, FGI. I don't want hater in New York either, personally. 240 for, and that's probably going to be what it's going to cost NFA, right around there somewhere. It means sounds like it means prices keeps going up. If they keep talking Yankees Mets, keep talking Yankees Mets. So, mm-hmm. Pham was good, but he's not a lefty. He's not a lefty. The Yankees need lefty bats. Roll Tide. Did Alabama beat Auburn? I saw some of the game earlier. Did they beat Auburn? It would be 11-1 now, right? Mm-mm-mm. Hader would be a nice fit, Gerald, but again, like he's going to cost more than $20 million a year, so that's going to be a tough one. But would I complain if he came here? No. Exactly, Jonathan. It's a risk for a guy that hasn't thrown a pitch in the major leagues, and they're already talking, 240 to and million and higher. That's tough, man. That's really tough. I mean, 280 for 7. That's a $40 million a year, Nicholas. I don't know about that one. 112. Maybe we get to 100, 125. Can we get 13 more likes, gang? Can we do it? I thank you so much for it. Alaska's in the house. What is good, Sivia? What is good? No, Roto's not going. Benji's not going anywhere. Nicholas, they're not going to pay him $50 million a year. No, I don't think anybody's going to do that, unfortunately. Paranormal's good. Annapolis, Maryland's in the house. What is good, Paranormal? Welcome. Good to have you on. Yeah. Yes, Billy. Yes, they addressed multiple, and they also got Nick Swisher, Damaso Marta. They addressed multiple holes that offseason. Okay, and they addressed two in the starting rotation. Their first baseman. They got an outfielder, a relief pitcher. They did a lot. Yeah, no, Swisher came that offseason as well. Hmm. I legally possible, Chris, but I doubt him. The Mets would never agree to that. So good to have you, Paranormal. Good to have you. We got 170 people in here. Maybe we can get over 150 likes, gang. Can we get over 150 likes? Can we do it? Smack that like button, gang. I appreciate all yous. Mike French said, I don't really care what Mike French says, but Daryl. But yeah, no faith in the Yankee bullpen. I mean, you know, well, unfortunately for them, there weren't many big situations this year, Gerald. But if you look at the stats overall, um, they were decent. They're pretty, decent. Clay Holmes, like a 280 ERA, like everything after Mariano Rivera's unfortunately looks paltry. As it looks like a step down. You know what I mean? So it's really it's impossible to fill his shoes. 123 likes. All right, we need 27 likes to get to 150. We haven't. I think we have enough people to get it. 125. Thank you, gang. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate it. Springfield, Oregon's in the house. Oh boy. I don't know how far Springfield is from Hayward Field in Eugene, but I went to Hayward Field a couple years ago, Nicholas. I ran Priest Trail and all that stuff. It's awesome. Awesome. Extension for Juan Soto. It's not going to be any less than 500 million, Nicholas. Just like Otani. I don't think either one of them is going to get less than 500 million. I'd be shocked if they did. And the more likely one is going to be Soto because he's 5 years younger than Otani. So, good to see you too, David. Nah. Aroldis Chapman. You know what? I think I had him predicted to the Marlins. So, um, yo, this is true too, FG. Yeah. They've got to do a better job at stranding people on base. No doubt about that. Stranding runners given to them or that they inherit already on base. See somebody ask, see the Yankees. I mean, it's theoretically it's possible. But I really see him going to the Orioles. Bill and Cease. No. What team doesn't have a manager right now? I don't know. It's a good question, Benji. Yeah, I don't care for Mike Francesa either, Billy. So don't worry. You're not the only one. No, not the only one. Yeah, Nicholas, I can't see that happening either. Sending Stanley back to the Marlins and giving Torres as a gift. I mean, theoretically, that would be nice, but that'd be kind of cool, huh? I don't think the Marlins would take him back. They don't need him. You know? So, yes, the Yankees need to score more runs. We need guys to get on base. We need more run production mechanisms other than power and home runs. Right? ¿Qué pasa? Try hard. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué onda? See. Omaha's in the house. What is good? Omaha. Shout out to Omaha. Any chance I think we land Otani? Ooh, where did that go? To land Yamamoto. Personally, I doubt it. I think there's a chance, but I don't see. Otani just doesn't seem like a fit here. Great player, no doubt about it. I just, I don't want to pay. You'd have to pay him $500 million, and I don't want to do that to anybody that's on the wrong side of 30. Um, and again, I think the reports that Yamamoto prefers and to play with Japanese players is a little bit overblown too. So he said he wouldn't mind playing with Japanese players. I got a lot of insight early this evening from NFE about this stuff too. It's like unless we hear it himself, then I take this stuff with a grain of salt, honestly. JJ, number one, I don't think the Mets are going to trade us Pete Alonso. Number two, they have Anthony Rizzo, so there's no room for Alonso right now, unfortunately. But Alonso's going to probably make. He wants to break the bank in first base, which I don't. I can't see him making more than Albert Pujols did when he got his $240 million contract. I can't see that. I'd be surprised, JG, but I could see him getting close to 200. Alonso, I can definitely see that, JG, but I can't see Alonso coming to the Yankees. Be kind of crazy if he did. All over the world, NFL Yankee fans. Maybe Braxton Garrett, Aiden. I would look at AJ Puck too, left-handed relief pitcher. Um, you know, yeah, there's no disagreement there, Joe. I think Helm is more of a setup man than a closer too. So bringing in a guy, I'd still look at David Bednar too from the Pirates. Who's floating 600 million for Otani? Consigliere. Who's floating that? Beat writers. Anybody gives him that's crazy. Absolutely nuts. Be freaking nuts. 20 different players went on the injured reserve this year. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, Bronx Bombers fan. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We need to get better at that. You got to do a better job of keeping guys healthy. And I'm 100% with you guys, too. Hard pass on Verdugo. No doubt about it. Hold on, this is more things. Yeah, I mean, he hit a lot of bombs, but he's going to have a low batting average. So, you know, and Nicholas Alonso seems pretty cool. Unfortunately, there's not a room for him right now. I wish it was. I wish it was a gap year. Like I wish the Yankees had an opening at first base. I really do. So that would make a lot more sense. Peralta, 100%, Billy. Starters pitch deeper into games. We need to, that's why I would, transition guys like Nestor Cortez into long relief. We need a couple of long reliever guys because they bridge the gap between the starters and the short power guys in the bullpen. So, Lionel, I thank you so much for that. Thank you for the kind words. Really, really do. People, it's nice to hear somebody feels that way. I thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Taurus for Bednar, I would probably do it. I just don't know if they have a need in the infield for Torres in Pittsburgh. But I like where your head's at. I would move him for a relief pitcher. I try Garrett Crochet or AJ Buck on the Marlins, or just a lefty relief with controllable years. That would be a good idea for the Yankees. He could be. Hader could be a surprise Yankee signing. Absolutely. Bednar would be a nice get. He's got several controllable years. I think 2 or 3 more. At least 2 Sevilla for the bullpen. He's a Hulk in the bullpen. A Hulk, David Bednar. I don't think they're gonna trade Peraza, Donald, but you never know. You never know. You know, last place in the East, if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong about that, hero. Not for a bullpen and Garrett Cole. Carry the team. But yeah. Yes, he will, Raven. This is true. Somebody's gonna back the truck up for Otani. Lots of rumors about us getting a third baseman field playing. You can't play the rookies, or you get a guy like Jimmer Candelario, or I would trade for somebody like Brandon Donovan. Young guys, like Donovan's got 4 controllable years, or if you want to go with the kid like Oswald Peraza, then you stick with him and see if it works out. Honestly, try it. Texas Buckeyes in the house too. Yes, indeed. All right, now we got the crew here. We got the conservative. My guy Tom Hagen here. We got my Sonny, the fighter too, the king and the prime minister of the Golden State, of the Gardens. Excuse me, the big one, the big TX. Yes. These guys are going to be rotten. Clemenza too, Billy Branch. The 3 of these guys are going to be running the Lone Star State. All of it. Complete domination of these 3 men right here. These 3 formidable forces. Texas is a better place with the 3 of them. I'll tell you that. Thank all 3 of you. This is true, JJ. Yeah, I mean, New York City's so expensive that, yeah, it's true. Injuries are excuses. Yankees cried about them, Fritz, or Yankee fans cried about them? They tried to re-sign Benintendi at Fritz, so I'm not sure I get where you're going with that. Jazz Chisholm for Dominguez. Ooh, fascinating player. We need 12 likes to get to 150. I think we might do it. I think we might do it. Well, Hero Boy, Cole can opt out, but the Yankees can void his opt out by adding another year to his contract. So that's if Cole tries to opt out, right, Jonathan? So there was a thing talk about CC having an opt out, and Yankees just added a year to his or 2 years to his deal so that he would just not opt out anyway. So they could do the same thing with Cole. They could just add a year or 2 to his deal. Yeah. Chisholm's a fascinating player too. He is. Sunil's in the house. Exactly. Cole's going nowhere. I can't see Cole going anywhere either. I'm with him 100%. Mike Trout, I think it's a hard pass for the Yankees. They don't need him now. Nicholas is on his way down. It's decline years. And again, like, he's a better fit for a team like Philly. He really is. He really is. No. But these are the things, right? These are the things, guys. Like, yes, this does worry that Cole's going to try to opt out, which I don't think he will. I think he wants to ride this thing out, and he wants to win a championship here. So I think he's going to stay. He can't decline the Yankees 1-year addition. The addition comes if he tries to opt out. If he tries to opt out, they void his opt out, JJ. It's sequential. They void his opt out by adding an addition. He can't deny the addition. That's the way it's set up in his contract. So, all right, we need 4 likes to get to 150. Corbin Burns is a stud player, but he only's got 1 year till free agency. And he's going to be very expensive. He's already 30. So, I think Rodon has a much better year this year too. I hope Cortez stays healthy. So it's 2 weeks away. Consigliere is 2 weeks away from transporting to the Lone Star. Okay. Then it's going to be run by the Wrecking Crew. Yes, the Four Horsemen of Texas. 4. So, take on Maven comments. Not much. I mean, I haven't heard that stuff from Stanton himself, so I can you only take it at face value. So, um, if Stanton feels that way, then he should speak up himself. But all I can say is that Stanton handles himself like a damn pro, like an adult, like a pro, like a boss. He said when he's hurt, when he's underperforming, he admits himself that he's spent too many times in the DL. Like he admits these things and he answers the hard questions. He stands up in front of everything and he tries to perform. So like to me, that's the type of guy. That's like a quiet, and he's a quiet guy, but he's a leader. He's a mature adult, and he's somebody that folks should look up to in terms of how he carries himself. So, yeah, all right. Man, we got a lot of text in here. All right. I want to see Cole win a championship here. I want to see him throw a no hitter here too. We got the Cy Young down, right? So, I'm very confident that he'll get a championship here. They're not going to, Fritz. That's the thing. They're not going to present the same stuff next season. They're not going to. They're not going to do that. I mean, they've made that pretty clear this offseason. Not exactly excited to come to the Who told you that, Johnny T? Did you hear that from Yamamoto himself? I haven't seen that anywhere. 150 likes. Thank you, gang. I appreciate all yous. Appreciate all yous. Yeah, who's the source, Johnny TV? Who said that? 150 likes. 150. I'll stay in a couple more minutes, gang. Would I trade Nestor Cortez? Yes, I would. If you can get good value back, yes, I would. Yeah, I mean, some of the best folks, like Nolan Ryan, never threw a perfect game. You know? Crazy, but it's true. I do not see them pushing for Otani at all. Sam, I don't see them trying to get Otani at all. Yeah, Yamu is starting with Zoom, with phone calls and then Zooms, and then I'll go from there. All right, well, I'm getting 8 likes to get to 160. Do we have 8 people who haven't hit that like button yet? Let's try to get to $160. See if we can do it. Yeah, I don't think they even need to move Dominguez for Soto in a trade. Not for 1 year of Soto. I don't think they're gonna need to. No. Who's your source that said he wants 2 more Japanese players on the team? It doesn't. Are you gonna say it seems like it too, Johnny TV? Because that's not a source. All due respect to you. When do I think the Yankees make their next move? I hope before the winter meetings or at the winter meetings, which is about pretty much a week away. December 3rd to the 6th or 4th to the 6th. I don't know how many moves will be made during the winter meetings, but that I would expect a couple happen during the winter meetings. I'm hoping that one of them is the Yankee moves. So yeah, Kluber threw a no hitter as a Yankee. He's only one. Brian York, yeah, only one in his career. 6 likes to get to $160. All right. No, I said the reports were saying that he would like to play with another a team on another Japanese player, but he never said two. And I also said the reports were not corroborated by anybody. And since then, he's even backtracked at Yamamoto. So when he said that he wouldn't mind playing with a Japanese player, so um, that's what the reports were saying. But it looks like the reports are pulling themselves back now too. So I can't see Yamamoto making the demands like I'm only going to go to a team with a Japanese player because that eliminates probably 90% of the baseball teams anyway. So, which is going to happen anyway. So I only think there's going to be a handful of teams that are going to be legitimately competing for him. You know, greatest baseball player to ever play the game. I don't know about that, Sam. That's a tough one. Ever, I don't know about that, Sam. But he's also 30. So you're going to get mostly decline years. So, and he's going to cost almost $50 million a year. That's why. I think that's a number. If he was 25, different story. But he's 30 now. Um, that's tough. That's a tough one. You can see him feeling that way though. I can't see him. I haven't heard. I don't even know what the hell his voice sounds like. So I can't say anything about him feeling that certain way, Johnny. Like unless I unless I hear him talk, it's really hard to continue to further that talking point. So I would like to hear him talk. I would like to hear his agent speak on his behalf at both or both. So if he feels that way, he should speak up. But do I think he'd mind? No. But do I think he cares really? No. So, and again, if the Yankees blow him away, then they blow him away. Someone to relate to. Well, the Yankees, do have Matsui there as an advisor. They also brought in. They have a part a Japanese part owner. They also hired a Japanese executive to help further relations with Japan. So they have some people they can relate to. And kind of like Ashoka, he stays he's half Japanese too. You know. I don't know if he cares or not. I mean, Johnny, I really don't go by like personally. I don't go by that. But if he does, he does. Could the agent badmouth about the Yankees to Yamamoto? He could, but if he does that, Yamamoto could also fire him because he would be intentionally basically taking away a suitor. Now, if the Yankees happen to be the highest bidder and he did that and then he finds out later they were the highest bidder, he could sue the agent. So that's almost like tampering. So he could fire the agent and sue the agent for doing that. He could. Japanese closer, Yuki Matsui, yes, indeed. They could bring him in as well. That's a good point. Otani doesn't really talk to the press. That's true too. Yeah, I appreciate you, Texas. You're the man, brother. You are the man, my friend. I will wrap it up in another minute or two. But these are the things, like, you know, I don't know who, like, I originally was talking about. I don't know where this Bellinger comparison to Gallo came in. Like, and then the comparison that's being made by some people, they're saying that the Yankees are more concerned with the hard hit ball rate rather than Bellinger's health. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, but that's what's being fed to people right now, which is crazy. Freddie Freeman sues agency. Do we get 161 likes for one of this? Again, we need 3 likes to get the 161. For the 161, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I mean Yankees. I mean, New York is the most diverse place, in my opinion, in America. So one of the most diverse in the world. So talk about a melting pot of cultural differences and everything here, a variety. You know it's the United Nations in a city all by itself. Uh, Well, Bellinger, oh, I think so, Johnny. Yeah, he played in L.A., big market. Played in Chicago, big market. His dad was a Yankee. I think he'll handle it easily. I'm not worried about Bellinger's ability to handle the New York market. Mm-mm. Well, that's yeah, exactly. That's a problem. Exactly, D-Rod. That is a problem with analytics, thinking that Gallo and Bellinger are similar hitters. They're not. They're not. And again, we don't need guys with more hard hit. We have some of the hardest hitters already on the team with Stanton and Judge with the highest exit velocities in all of baseball. So, you know, Gal's a head case, yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying, Jonathan. It was just unfortunate. It was nobody would have known Bellinger would have bounced back like this. So, yeah, you can be all around the world without leaving Manhattan. That's a good point, D-Rod. Yeah. Suggest a fair offer for Bednar and don't include Torres. And I wouldn't include Torres anyway because I don't think he's a fit. There's no room for him in the infield there. Um, I'd give him an out, probably starting maybe a Randy Vasquez and an outfield prospect, Bednar, something like that. Callo. Right, Sonia? You just got a lefty in line. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Telling you, Jonathan. Yeah, Sanchez hits the ball hard. That's a good point. That's a good. Apparently, Rizzo's doing great. He's healthy, Bronx Bomber. So, sounds great. Nothing on Yelich. I don't even know if he's going to be traded, Gerald. But he's got like 7 years, like 175 million left on his deal. So that's a lot of money on his deal. Contact hitting the lefties, switch hitting contact. Yes, indeed, Steven. Did you see? Oh, one more like to the 161. Beautiful. What is a Ute? Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Utes. It's one of the best. The two Utes. At what point did the two Utes? The two what? What? What is a Ute? Oh, we got 161 likes for the 161. Appreciate you all yous. Appreciate all yous. Thank you so much. Yeah, Riz was working with Judge, his hitting trainer. Yeah. I could see Rizzo having, if he's healthy, I could see him having a pretty decent year. Everyone on the Brewers is if that's the case, I would be going after Devin Williams. You know, nah, New York City's not that bad, Billy. It's not that bad. You'll be all right, Billy. Breathe in, breathe out. New York has got great food, great nightlife, great culture. Just a lot of great hidden gems there. White Sox fire sale. Garrett Crochet is a guy. Garrett Crochet is a guy I'd be looking after. That young, controllable lefty reliever, Chase Pierre, right? Right, Chase Pierre? What's up, man? All right, so I will wrap this up because my wife is watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and she's waiting for me because that's one of our favorite movies. So, but that's what we had tonight, right? Thank you for acknowledging too that Bellinger's not Gallo. He's not. And this is where analytics needs to take a break. So, sweep the leg out of commission. 23 years. Missing out, so New York City is way different than it was 23 years ago, too. Way different. But have a great night, everybody. I want to thank you so much. Love Christmas Vacation, World Lifer. 7 years, 215. It's very possible, Daniel. Very possible. But have a great night, everybody. If anything else that comes out, you're going to get it from me. So make sure if anybody in here is not subscribed to the channel for whatever reason, just do it before you leave. Hit the notification bell. That way you're always in the front of the line when news comes in. And news is going to pick up. This is hot stove season. The winter meetings are around the corner. Get ready for the action. Peace and love to all yous. You are the best. The 161. Love all yous. I'll see y'all next time.